The USS Sandy makes a warp jump to the Sabari home world, and there Richard meets with President Aklas to discuss the discovery of the Rebico colony and the Alpha Centauri system. We already knew the Rebicos were encroaching on our own territory, but now they are doing the same to you humans? This is unacceptable. At least they gave you a map of all the territory they claim.
What do you know about these Rebicos?
The most recent information we have on them indicates that about 10,000 years ago, their home world, named Rebicon, was devastated in a nuclear war. Over 99% of the population was wiped out, and even most of the few survivors had genes that were badly damaged by radiation from the nuclear fallout. But there was one Rebico, a young man, whose genes were not so damaged. In a desperate attempt to perpetuate their race, the Rebico survivors had this man cloned. First hundreds of clones, then thousands, and finally many millions, until after several centuries, they were able to repopulate Rebicon. Then they began to expand to other systems. The complete lack of diversity in the Rebico race means they can be totally unified under one leadership, with no conflicts between competing factions in their race. But it also means they have no reason to tolerate any outsiders, like us Sabari and Nikos, or you humans.
And thus they might seek to conquer or even exterminate us.
Exactly. The simple fact that they have gone so far as to colonize the nearest star system to your own is concerning. It's much like what first the Sabari elitists and later the Chinese attempted to do to Mars.
So war may be inevitable with the Rebico Empire.
I certainly think so. Now, let me show you something. President Aklas shows Richard a pic of a captured Rebico scout. We used a mind probe to force this scout to reveal what he knew about his own people, then we executed him. But we kept tissue samples we took from his body to do experiments on. And those experiments have resulted in us developing deadly viruses we can use on the Rebicos. If they do attack us, we can retaliate by deploying the viruses on their own planets, resulting in many millions of Rebico clones dying due to their lack of resistance. Their very nature as a clone race is their biggest weakness. They cannot adapt to changing environments, and any virus that kills one can kill all of them. Richard then returns to the USS Sandy to confer with Diana and Jennifer.
We haven't even gone to war with these Rebicos yet, but the Sabari President is already talking about genocide. The Sabari certainly proved how ruthless they were when they blasted over 200 million Chinese in their attacks on Earth. I hope they do not expect us to join in their war effort against the Rebicos. Exterminating an entire race, even one of clones, does not seem right to me.
What is it, Jennifer? If these Rebicos are a threat to both us and the Sabari, I think killing off billions of clones to stop the expansion of their empire is justified. Their very nature as a clone race means they can control their rate of reproduction. They have chosen to reproduce so fast out of greed and lust for power. They could have remained only on their home planet and limited their numbers. They are like a cancer spreading fast. Cancer cells are living things, yet we seek to destroy them to save the rest of a patient's body. She's right. So what should we do next?
We should go back to Earth and tell Mother W about what we know now. Jennifer, set the course for the solar system.
Course plotted. The space-time warp device is ready now. Engaging.
Wow.